You ready?
To another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by Douglas. I got Douglas in the building, man. Let me be real. Y'all know what time it is. It's called varsity. You know what I'm saying? And again, for those of y'all who don't know, you play varsity, that's when the real magic happens. You know, JV, you know, clap. Shout out to Carl and Maul. We love y'all.
No, Maul is rolling over it.
I just
what your boy say? Maul rolling over in this grave.
Rolling over. Oh, that's the only time I can actually joke him because, he's not here to go crazy. So, no, shout out to Carl and Maul, but they not here. So it's us. You got us. Douglas, how you feeling, man?
I'm blessed, bro. It's a good season, man.
Fantastic.
It's a good season.
Yeah. You sent me a few texts this week, so I want to figure out exactly where we're going to go.
Yeah, you tell me. Just pick one of them.
Okay. So
pick one of them, and I'm going to go off on it.
Yeah, so, man, and I don't even want to jump right in, but I think we got to. One of the things that you said was, and I can't remember exactly how you phrased it, but you can't help a victim who want to stay a victim.
Yeah.
And, and again, you used the analogy we were talking to you, is kind of like, it's like somebody drowning in the middle of the lake and you send, a boat.
Yeah, they say I'm good.
Yeah, and they like, no, I'm good. And they send, you know what I mean? Like they just keep sending opportunities and life, supports, and you get nothing. And man, it's crazy. And I talked about it a little bit, but you can expand on it, how we talked about like people want the illusion of help. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had a bunch of people hit me up. That's why I was like, yo, E, we got to break this down. And they was like, well, what do you mean? The illusion of help, or they want, they want advice. They don't want to apply the advice. They want more advice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, I know you had some, I don't know if you had some.
Yeah, no. So the first thing I want to say is this message is for entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Like this is not for people who are lazy. This is not a message for people who don't want to handle their business. Like this is actually a message for people who are, I want to phrase it properly. I want to say at least mentally about the grind.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have a concept of what entrepreneurship is, what they want to accomplish, what they want to do. So this isn't for lazy people. This isn't for people who not trying. This isn't for people who giving forth effort. This is for folks you didn't went to school.
Yeah.
You didn't got training. Like you really are about that life in terms of your thought process. Now I want to give an example so that people are clear. This is like that kid in college hooping. Like he going to every practice. Mm-hmm. He lifting weights, right? He doing everything he's supposed to be doing. He at every game. He doing his thing. But he had an HBCU. He ain't starting, but he say he going to the NBA. You feel me? And bro, this like it's real, bro. It's like, okay, so you say I can't go to the NBA from HBCU? Yeah, but you starting.
I mean, at least.
You starting.
And I'm saying starting.
And you putting up.
And you the Verizon League player of the millennial.
Of the millennial.
Now, back in the day, they used to go a little bit more often. Like you had Shannon Sharp, Jerry Rice.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about NBA.
Oh, NBA?
NFL, yes. NBA, it's not likely. It wasn't a lot of cats.
No, I had a little homie. He know who he is. I ain't going to bust his name out on the pod, but yeah, he was second, third string backup point guard for
I'm just saying.
You're good HBCU.
Bro.
I was like, yo, what's your plans like after graduation? He was like, man, the league.
I'm just saying.
I was like, which league?
Delusional, bro.
Which league?
Delusional. Because you got cats at Michigan State University.
Yeah.
Who started 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Who didn't make it to the league.
Yeah.
Or who was Big Ten, whatever, got to the league and didn't last in the league. So I'm talking to those of you who are, you really got dreams, you got hoop dreams, you got goals. And we're not talking about basketball. I'm talking about whatever you doing in terms of entrepreneurship.
Man.
But here go the challenge though. You don't want to deal with the harsh reality of how difficult it is to actually be an entrepreneur who's successful.
Yeah.
Like, so what you do, because you don't want to deal with how difficult it is, what you do is now make other people, the challenge or the problem, right? Instead of dealing with,
Is that where the victim mentality starts to creep in right there?
Bruh, because I'm just being real. I mean this with all my heart. Bruh, it's tough. Like, let's just talk Caitlin Clark. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, she putting up 30 points, 40 points. Yo, the reality is, even if you put up 30, 40, you still went to 2 Final Fours and didn't win. It's real, bruh. You can't ask her to do no more. You can't ask her to practice no more. You can't ask her to, bruh, you look at her squad versus South Carolina. I'm just talking about you got great players on both teams, but you talking about 6, 7, bro. You got 3 people.
Different
bro,
level.
you got 3 people. It's what her coach said. Coach was like, look, let's be real. And I think that's what separates successful entrepreneurs from people who are victims.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought her coach said it superb. She did not make no excuses. She said, we cannot grow. We just got to get in better position. Bruh, what she was telling them is like, ain't nobody on our squad 6'7". Bro, they had 3 players at least. I'm watching South Carolina. Homegirl get another foul, and they like, all right, she got 2, 3 fouls, she in trouble. They send her out. They send another 6, 7 joker in there. And then she get up foul. They bring another one, and sometimes they playing together. It's like the Twin Towers.
Yep.
But what the coach did not say to them is, we can't do this, and it's impossible to do that. She said, I'm just going to be real with y'all.
Yeah.
We can't grow.
Can't grow.
But what y'all can do is what you can position yourself better.
Yep.
So when the ball come off the rim, you can't be taller than her, but you can Dennis Rodman me and figure it out. So what is that? That's saying we're not about to make no excuses, right?
Yeah.
And so y'all heard my message before. Bruh, at the end of the day, I'm still an African-American male motivational speaker, bruh.
Come on.
In a predominantly white industry, bruh. Like, I can name them for you.
Yeah.
Jim Rohn, you know what I'm saying? Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Napoleon Hill. I can name them for you.
Yeah.
But what I'm not gonna do is go, I'm an African-American male and make it seem like because of these challenges that exist, then I'm gonna put all my energy on the challenges that exist. I'm not about to do that. I'm about to go, okay, here go the 10 challenges that exist, but here are the 3 opportunities. Here's the 3 things I can personally do to not only stay in the game, kill the game, and have the big dogs on the other side saying we want to work with you.
Well, that's how we blew up. And a lot of people ask me, and I'm just like, dog, of all the disadvantages we had, and we had 2 black males trying to start a company, first of all, in America. That's just a disadvantage in and of itself.
From a working class.
Oh, bro, no entrepreneurial experience, anything. We had, so no money, no startup capital, no support.
Never got a
safety
loan.
net, no loans, nobody coming in saying, oh, I'm going to do this for y'all. So there's all the disadvantages. But what were the advantages we had? We had the gift.
Yeah. Right?
He was obviously an incredible speaker. I was, gifted with branding. So we start putting our gifts together and we start, Carl, bro, he an S. So Carl was able to do everything, right? He grounds crew. So he's just like, yo, I can get in and get active with anything. So I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. We looked at all the disadvantages and acknowledged them. Because I think you do need to acknowledge them so that you don't have to. Here's what acknowledging them does, E. Acknowledging them, it eliminates the unrealistic expectations of what you're supposed to have.
Absolutely.
So you may be thinking, like I was when I first met E, oh, we doing this kind of work for show. Like my man from the bank cut us a check and we out of here. Once I realized that was no longer the case, which I had to go through the situation in order to get there, now I'm playing with a full deck now.
Full deck.
Because I understand what the rules of engagement are.
And what's not about to happen.
And most of y'all don't understand the rules of engagement, one. So you do need to realize the things that ain't finna happen.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that's just important. Just know, ain't nobody finna walk through your door and hand you a check for $500,000 and be like, you know what, I love what you're doing, pay me back when you get a chance. That ain't gonna happen. So if we can eliminate those things, now we can start to focus on the things that we do have, right? So the things that we do have. He had an incredible gift. I had a gift. Carl had a gift. Okay, cool. What's everybody's gift? Get everybody on the bus. Get everybody in the right seat on the bus. All right, everybody in the right seat on the bus? Cool. Now, what are we doing and how do we do it consistently?
Absolutely.
What things can we control? We can control doing Thank God It's Monday every single week for years.
And I don't know if you remember, but Facebook came out and you had to be a college student.
You had to be, had to have an EDU.
You had to, you had to have an EDU.
You had to have an EDU.
And we had an EDU.
Cool. Advantage.
Boom.
What are the advantages?
Free advertisement, bro.
Bro, YouTube came out.
Yep, YouTube came out. Yep.
Listen to what I'm telling y'all. I said it before. I can remember sitting in the room telling Carl, yo, there's this thing called YouTube.
No question.
I don't know what it is, but people be putting up like crazy cat videos.
Stuff. It was cat videos, bro.
And like
that's what was dope back then.
It looked like people, just regular people. I don't even think, if you under 30, you definitely don't know what I'm talking about. There was a time when you couldn't have your own stuff looking at you on the internet at all. Like, even if you had home movies or something like that, you wasn't putting it on the internet. Like, we had internet, but it was like, oh, you seen that one Stinky Monkey video and the monkey fell off the tree?
Yeah.
It wasn't your own stuff.
Bruh.
So I started looking and I said, look like people, regular folks is uploading their own stuff.
Crazy.
I said, Carl, can you figure out how to do it? In the typical Carl fashion, he said, give me a minute. And Carl figured out how to upload a video. And we were literally, from that point on, we start uploading content daily, weekly. It wasn't just the Thank God It's Mondays. We were uploading advantages.
Bro, no. If you go back and look, I told Carl, let's look at our first video that went up after the When You Want to Succeed is Bad. Bro, it was the advantage every week.
Advantage.
Now, here's what people have to understand. This is why we're telling you not to be a victim. We're not telling you not to be a victim because we care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you grown. We're telling you not to be a victim because when you're a victim, you have the wrong focus.
Yeah.
And because you have the wrong focus, you're going to be putting up energy and not get nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So look, bruh, this, if nothing else this year that blew my mind was North Carolina State men's basketball.
Yep.
You talking about, I think they had lost 11 games or something like that.
14.
14 games, bruh. Nobody has ever gone to the Final Four who lost 14 games. At some point, Coach had a sit down with them and said, listen to me, mathematically, we can only lose one more game and our entire season is over.
Yep.
Like, let's just be real. We have to be honest.
Even in the tournament leading up to the big tournament.
We can't lose one more game, bruh. It's over. It's done. So that is, like you said, being realistic.
Yep.
Writing it down. So now you get to go home and say, okay, if we lose one more game. Now, bro, this is what's crazy to me about North Carolina State. When you are a victim, you lose and all your opportunities are gone. When you become a victim, you now start focusing on what inner changes you need to make. They asked your boy, like, yo, what changed? He said, we started coming to practice on time. We started doing what Coach told us to do. We started hitting the weights. We started believing in Coach and what he told. Bruh, my man said nothing changed about basketball. We didn't get no taller. We didn't get no stronger. We didn't get no bigger. But we stopped going, oh, this ain't, and this ain't, and this ain't, and this ain't. And he said, all of us, every last one of us started saying, here's the reality. Here go the plan. We can't lose one more game. We got to win. We got to win out.
Yep.
What's that, ACC?
ACC,
We got to, because, they changing stuff. So I don't
they got to win the ACC
He said
tournament.
we got to win out.
And that's against Duke and North Carolina.
Duke, North Carolina, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. Don't forget, you got Florida State over there.
Yep.
There's some squads that you could lose to over there.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech on a good night.
Yeah.
Bruh, he said we cannot lose out. They won every single game. Came in, won every single game. And listen to me. He said, bruh, we started having fun again. And so I just want y'all to understand, we looked at, okay, here go all the stuff that we don't have, all the stuff that we cannot do. Like if we mess up here, bro, we was on our character. We was on consistency.
Man.
We knew for a fact we got one shot at this, and if we blow it, okay, whatever happened before today, ain't nothing we could do about it. But as of today, I never forget, CJ talks about it, but y'all got to be there. When the bank said no, there was this inner shift in CJ
1 million.
where he no longer had, it was nobody else. A victim is, and it wasn't on the negative side. The victim was CJ believed in all of his heart that some other entity or some other individuals were responsible for us going to the next level because we did not have the economics you needed to get in the game. So C wasn't like giving them more credit they deserve. He just knew economically we come from a working class community. We went to Michigan State University. We're helping people of color, specifically black males. Like, bruh, ain't nobody. We don't have enough to do what it is we trying to do, what we trying to accomplish. But the day we didn't get that money, and the day my man didn't call us back, that was the part. It wasn't that we didn't get the money. If we didn't get the money and my man had explained why we wouldn't get the money, we probably would have been cool.
Still don't know to this day.
C would have been like, oh, you know what? That's why we didn't get it.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you, you are a victim when you still looking for proof. Like, what are you looking for proof for? Like, you got to hear what I'm saying. You are wasting energy and you're wasting time because you are consumed with why. Why did the bank? And why did my daddy? And why didn't this person? And why? And let me tell you something. If you get to the end of the yellow brick road and figure out why, that why is not going to take you to where you're trying to get to. It's only one thing that's going to take you there. And so once C was like, bro, I promise y'all, man, I wish y'all could go back. It's the best thing that ever happened to us. And sometimes losing is the best thing that happened to you because you're going to lose. So you got to stop being a victim and go, why? Let me tell y'all, I've never said this. I'll let CJ tell the story. But I'm so grateful that we didn't get that money because there was a shift in his energy. There was a shift in his ownership that from that day forward, C was like, I got it. If anybody gonna blow us up, if anybody's gonna help us, it's the two of us and then Carl's support. That's the only thing that's gonna blow us up. Mm-hmm. So what I gained from not getting that money, I gained 1,000% all his energy, all his commitment, all his ideas. Everything he had from that day forth, I got it. And from that day forward, it was only a matter of time before we became number one at what we do.
So I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, but our bodies are about 60 to 70% water. And that's why you're hearing all this talk about hydration. But what if you could get a 2-for-1 every time you drank water? What if you actually could replenish the nutrients that your cells needed? Well, our friends at Organifi, they believe in hydration with purpose, introducing their superfood powder blends that turn your everyday water into a delicious, nutrient-packed drink. It's like a power boost from nature. One standout is their green juice, a personal favorite of ours for years. Unlike other green juices, it actually tastes great. Imagine enjoying a refreshing drink that's better than plain water and filled with incredible ingredients like chlorella, spirulina, and moringa from around the world. Just one scoop a day can make a massive difference for your body. What sets Organifi apart is the clinical dose of the adaptogen ashwagandha, known to balance cortisol levels, your stress hormone. In times of heightened stress, this can be a game changer for your weight, sleep, and your immune system. Organifi sources top quality ingredients from organic farms worldwide, ensuring their products are vegan-friendly, gluten-free, and free of any artificial additives. It's pure nutrition in every sip. All right, so here's the exciting part for you. Because you rock with the Secrets to Success podcast, you can go to Organifi.com/success and explore their collection. And at checkout, make sure you use the promo code SUCCESS for an exclusive 20% discount on all products. Yes, you heard it right. It's VIP treatment just for you. And stay close, guys. Organifi is literally doing weekly promotions, just trying to find ways to add value. So if you order between the 12th and the 15th, if you buy 2 pouches, you actually get a free tote, all right? So again, they're just looking for ways to add value. So go to Organifi.com/success. Use that promo code SUCCESS to save 20% off your order. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to e-commerce success? Well, get ready because this episode is brought to you by Shopify, the ultimate platform for building your online store. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, Shopify has all the tools you'll need to thrive in this digital marketplace. Stay tuned to discover the secrets to success with Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that's been by our side for over 10 years now. From launching our online store to hitting milestones that we never ever dreamed of, Shopify has been there every step of the way. Whether you're selling scented soap or outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Their all-in-one e-commerce platform and in-person POS system, it covers all bases. And watch this, guys. Shopify has jumped on the AI bandwagon and they have their Shopify Magic. It's an AI-powered all-star that helps you sell more with less effort. Plus, Shopify's checkout converts 36% better on average compared to other platforms. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States and has helped millions of entrepreneurs across 175 countries, including Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen? And don't forget about Shopify's award-winning support team. They're there to support your success every step of the way. It's simple, guys. Businesses that grow, they grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/secret to success, all lowercase. Again, that's shopify.com/secrets to success. Go there now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/secret to success.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because as you're talking, I've never thought about it that way, that had we got an explanation, maybe that would have changed.
No question.
Not even gave me the full cut I needed, right? Because if you would have been like, yo, we had some other things come up. You know, the bank took a hit last month. Interest rates was down. I don't know. I don't know. Bank
Write another proposal.
But just anything.
Right.
Oh, I would have wrote it. I'd have wrote it in a heartbeat. But what E trying to tell y'all is, and I did feel bad, and I did feel like a victim. I worked my butt off, bro, and I was like, yo, we put stuff together. It was months we were working on this, and to get the rug swept out from underneath you, it hurt. And I remember thinking like, yo, I felt bad. Like, yo, how could he do this to us? We good people. We speaking. We changing it. My man don't care about the community. He don't care about the kid, da-da-da. I was going off. And then finally when E was like, yo, let's go back to work. And I was like, yo, we going like tomorrow? Or he's like, nah, right now. And I remember sitting in there going, okay, I can't give anybody this much control over me again.
That's what a victim is.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what
I wasn't even trying to be sweet. I was just like, okay, I don't like that feeling of somebody being able to take something from me. Does that make sense?
No
like,
question.
When you feel so vulnerable. That's why I don't feel vulnerable no more. It's in my hands. It's in our hands. But back then it was like, I remember feeling so like violated and like a victim, like, yo, I was taken advantage of. I was lied to, like all of these things. And it's so crazy. Like, if proving that you, listen to what I'm about to say to y'all, and I promise you, and this is not, I hope people understand, this is not to minimize nothing nobody been through. I'm talking about horrific stuff, wherever you at on the spectrum. I had a conversation with somebody close to us not that long ago. And there's been some transitions and transitioning going on. And the person was just like, yo, I just feel like, you know, everything around just ain't been right. And I feel like in this case, this person did this to me. I feel like in this case, you know, I was loyal and this happened. And then in this case, I was, I'm not playing, bruh.
How many cases was it?
No. Like legit over 10. Like, y'all might think, I'm not trying to exaggerate for the cameras, nothing. It was legit like they had every instance in which they felt like they had been wronged. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, cool. And I was like, let's just say.
For the record.
Yeah. All of that is 1,000,000% true. Like, I'll give it to you, right? Like, here you go. There's no victim trophy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, there's no, you don't get a trophy for that.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, I'm not just going, like, dun, 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 like, I think they want, like, I think in their mind, they like, bring me the, No, I'm just being real. Like, because she was explaining it to me as if.
Or he was explaining it to you.
Or he. Carl, be quiet. No. They were explaining it to me.
Yeah, they were explaining it to me.
No, I'm saying.
No gender. Yeah,
they were explaining it to me as if they
No, that's good. See,
they were saying,
that's
no,
good.
listen,
That's
Carl, they
good.
were explaining
That's
the
good,
excuses
see.
to me
That's
as
good.
if I believed them,
Yeah,
it was a win for them.
yeah, that's good. See, that's good.
So they were
see.
like, yo, nah, you, and I was like, And now, mind you, all of that wasn't,
Yeah.
I was there for some of that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah,
cap,
regardless though.
But I'm
Yeah,
like,
even if it's real.
For the sake of
Yeah,
argument,
yeah, even if it's real.
I'm going to give you every one. Now you get to go, Ma, we did it.
We did it.
I'm the number one victim.
I'm the number one. We won.
Like, and I'm like, okay, what, now what?
Yeah.
And I said, hold on, to your point, and this is why going through these life experiences helps so much, to your point. I was like, imagine, I told the person, I said, now, put the shoe on the other foot. I said, could you, like me, CJ, again, I ain't trying to toot my own horn. I said, could you imagine me ever saying in any circumstance that I'm a victim? I was like, just go through all of them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some real foul stuff happened with an account that took quite a bit.
$250,000. A quarter of
You
a
said it, I didn't.
$250,000.
No, I'm just saying.
$250,000.
Okay, cool. Straight out the joint, and it never came back. I said to the person, I was just like, yo, how many times did I call E crying? Did I call you back and say, oh, I can't? Did I spend 6 months trying to figure out? I said, I never became a victim. I said, the time I would have used to complain and be victimized about the 250, I could have spent that time, energy, and effort becoming a victor and getting it back tenfold.
Yeah.
I said, but because you see everything through the lens of a victim, everything that happens to you is a negative. What happened to this person, had it been when we were there with the bank, that would have destroyed you.
Yeah.
He just said that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it turned me into a different kind of beast. It made me hunt in a way that I never hunt. It made me accountable in a way I was never accountable. It made me get up at a time I never got up. It made me stay up till an hour I never stayed up. That boosted me. But when you have the victim lens, when you hold up your victim trophy, you're like, bruh.
Victim trophy. Wow.
72
No,
and 0.
I'm saying the victim trophy.
72 and 0.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Bruh. And then you ran through the playoffs undefeated.
Undefeated.
If being a victim at the end of the day meant like, yo, you know what? 500,000. You victim of the year. It doesn't do anything. And so you have to, and I want you to speak to this. How do you rewire your brain? Because I do think that there is I've noticed that people who, I don't want to say play the victim, because here's the thing. I can hear some of y'all right now. I know what you're saying. But see, I was
question.
abused.
No question you were.
My husband left.
No question.
I was, what?
It did happen.
It happened.
Yep.
I got you. My thing is, how do you get out of that and get over that and become, you always say that you're not a victim, you're a victor. If you can look up, you can get up. How do you adapt the mentality? Because I do think there's a mentality that's a victim. And again, with this person, I just flat out told him, I was just like, yo, you are a victim.
I'm
Not
tell you
just
this,
in
though.
one area,
Yeah.
and you had some, but in every area, you're a victim.
And here's the deal. We all have been victimized.
1,000,000%.
In some regard.
Everybody's been victimized. It is in being victimized that the enemy gets you to be a victim. Or either you get victimized and you become a victor. But for most of us,
Just because you got victimized don't mean
you're not a
You're a
victim.
victim.
No, you're not one. But you get to choose. So I always, and again, this is the first time you said it and we're on the same page. And I'm about to fix it because you said it, you're still saying it wrong. Even though you did the right thing, people who are listening, they're not gonna catch it. When you said, what hurt me so bad was I put all of this energy into this bank situation and then we didn't get it and I wasted my time. Actually, you didn't waste your time.
Did not waste.
Actually, you got exactly what you were supposed to get out of doing that bank thing.
No.
You got exactly what you're supposed to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
nothing from them.
Thank God.
And everything from you.
yourself.
Thank God.
Because you were focusing on them, you could never activate you. And that's what a victim is. A victim just says, you are just as responsible for the outcomes that I see.
And that's
as
the
I
part
am.
that scared me.
That's the victim
And that's
part.
the part that scared me. Because now imagine me having to go tell my wife, yo, we can't take this trip.
He victimized you.
Because my man.
He didn't give you the money from the bank like
it's
he
like
said he was.
tattletale. Like when you're a kid, you like, it was it.
And so what happens when you get, so here's what happens. When you get victimized, you either spend the rest of your life trying to get proof that you got victimized.
And that's what I'm saying. Do you hear what I'm saying? Carl, it was like when they was explaining it to me.
That's all they wanted.
It was like the Jordan LeBron debate.
That's it.
They were putting up stats.
That's it.
And I was like,
you just want to prove it.
I was like,
because at the end of the day,
I'll give you
that's your reward, though. Your reward
validation.
is the validation that I needed you to help me and you didn't come through for me. So guess what I got to do now? I don't got to go to bed and feel the pain. Let me tell y'all something.
No, you feel it.
No.
You still feel it.
No, you
Even
don't
though
feel
you
it.
try to pawn it off.
No, you don't feel it.
You feel not having the thing that
That's
you
what
wanted,
you feel.
but
Yeah,
you don't feel the responsibility
You don't feel the pain
of
of the responsibility.
No, not the responsibility.
No.
I don't care nothing about the responsibility.
That's everything, though. That's everything.
You don't have the outcome.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just saying, that's everything. You don't get the outcome without the responsibility. You feel me? And so it's like, you trying to get proof. And I remember, it shifted from proof to paper. Like, I got to get this paper. I don't care if it's money or if it's a degree, but there's something about paper that is going to ultimately satisfy me. Not necessarily other people around me, but I get this degree, I already know it's going to put me in a different just space and place in America. I get this money, I get this shmoney, I already know it's going to put me in a different space. So I had to decide, okay, E, which one is most important to you? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Sharing that my biological father was not in my life and that what I considered to be my downfall was because him not being there. Oh, bro, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, it felt good having stories. It felt good having people sit down. It's like,
okay, tell me about that feeling. I never. So you just be like, hey, let's sit down. Let me tell you about my dad not being in my life.
Because my man telling me, you about to get kicked out of Oakwood. You about to be on academic probation. And so I don't want to deal with that.
That ain't my fault.
That's Learning Resource Center. That's, I got to study more. That's, I got to take these remedial classes while my boys. That's no video games. Can't go to the movies. Like, I'm not stupid.
Not having your father was just
Oh,
like,
that is that's
Trump
like,
card.
Bro, that's the Trump card. Nah, you think I can't read because I didn't
Big
study.
joke.
You think I can't read because I didn't. No, that
ain't got nothing to do with me skipping that class.
This my father wasn't like,
yeah.
This don't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Because now you looking at me like I'm stupid because I can't read or write. You looking at me like I'm dumb. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. Can you read and can you write? They like, yeah.
Did you have your
Very
father?
well. I said, did you have your daddy?
Yeah.
I had my daddy.
See?
Okay, see?
I got a
Boom.
legitimate
Bro, so you
excuse.
don't understand me.
Point proven.
Point proven. You don't understand me. You can't sit here and judge me because you don't know. But the cool thing about it was after a bunch of those, and I had collected them jokers.
You got all big
I
jokes.
had all of them. And I would go and try to
Royal
cash them
flush.
in.
And you ain't
And I
getting
couldn't cash them in nowhere.
Oh.
I couldn't take them nowhere.
Wow.
I couldn't do nothing. And here's what's funny.
Couldn't pay the mortgage with it.
The people who listened to me and who said, okay, like, I feel you, those people was really setting me back, and I thought they was my friends. And the people that was challenging me, I don't care nothing about your daddy. You better learn how to read and write because you ain't going to keep saying, you ain't going to keep beat set. But you know what's so crazy? They lied and told me I wasn't going to be able to keep telling that story. But I see adult men and women who are still telling
that story.
They're
I
still
got
telling the same story.
Ben on the GC call this week. He shared this, and I wrote it. I was like, wow. Again, we know all our thoughts, majority of our thoughts. I remember the number 90%, 95% are repetitive, right?
Negative, repetitive.
Negative and repetitive.
Being careful, yeah.
So he said basically we spend about 5% is now in our conscious, not subconscious.
Yeah.
5% in our conscious brain. So that's about 1.2 hours a day.
Yeah.
He's like, in those 1.2 hours, we're trying to figure out how to make the world match our preferences instead of trying to figure out why we got the doggone preferences.
In the first place.
Just think about that. Like we trying to make the world, what you just said, I'm going to try to make the world fit into everything that happened to me.
I'm trying to make motivational speaking a black industry. It's not.
Where you can wear your hat and Jordans.
You can't. So what do we had to do? We had to go, okay, we got to be number one before we could start. Okay, we got to get to PhD. Okay, we got to get so many million hit. Okay, we got to. So I want y'all to hear us. We weren't always like this, y'all. We couldn't always, logo, we ain't had no logo. We couldn't do what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it. And so we looked and said, oh, okay, we got to keep doing this. What would it take for us to run our own company and be able to come and go as we please and do what we want in this world in the way? What would it take to do that? And so instead of us going, this person let us down and this didn't work out the way we wanted to. And why wasn't that? And why isn't this? We just sat down and got real with what are all the challenges.
Yeah.
We watch this. And we take ownership of the fact that we grew up in Michigan. And it was blue collar, Carl, blue collar. Yeah. We took ownership of we didn't know that other world and we need to go study that other world. We took ownership of, oh, okay, what if this is a white male dominant, it's just like basketball. For the first time ever, the last 2 years, millions of people have watched, and listen to me, I don't say this to be disrespectful. It's not women's basketball, it's college women's basketball.
Yep.
Let me just say that.
Yep.
I'm just saying facts. I'm not trying to, I don't care either way. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm just saying. And we had to deal with the reality of now they are now playing to a level where they're getting the same views or if not more than the men. They had to figure out, we're a league, ain't nobody coming to see us play. Ain't nobody, what is it going to take to get that? And they did it. So I just want to say this one more time because I want to make sure I'm clear. See how it says steps. You have an option. Step one, you can get proof of why your daddy wasn't in your life and why he treated you like that. You can get proof and you can get absolutely nothing. It's like cotton candy. You get nothing at the end of it. Or
you can't redeem them nowhere.
You can't redeem them. It's not.
It's got to be someplace on the planet.
Maybe with other victims in the form of sympathy.
Bro, let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying?
No. It ain't nothing tangible.
To be like, ooh.
It's nothing tangible. You can get more with a Chuck E. Cheese token. You can get more with a showbiz. I don't know if they got showbiz yet.
A Toys R Us kid.
You can get more. If you had a Chuck E. Cheese, like 100 of them jokes.
Willy Wonka.
You could go to the front and they would say, choose.
You get a prize.
Yeah.
Choose a prize. You get absolutely nothing but somebody's ear after you complain about.
And that's what I'm saying. I gave the person the certificates.
You got them.
I was like, yep. Okay, you want to? I'll hand it.
Bank account ain't changed a lick. Respect from people hadn't changed a lick. You being more dominant in your field and people respecting you in your field ain't changed none. Nothing has changed. So the second thing you could do is go, no, I want to do the hard work. I was talking.
Can we stay on the first thing?
Oh, yeah.
Hold the second thing.
Okay, stay on the first thing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, because I feel like I want you to keep what you said.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Trust me, I ain't about to lose the second one.
Okay, but I'm saying, though, like, to your point of not being able to redeem it, I can remember when you also have to, okay, I'm going to say this correctly. When you do that, it kills your ability to work for it too. Does that make sense?
100%.
Because you've already said the reason.
Yeah.
So let me give an example. Everybody who didn't used to play football with who was on the team but didn't get no clock, the coach didn't like them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or like coach was trying to it's politics.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed some kind of way that the best players, we never really felt the politics.
Never felt that.
No, I'm just saying, like my homie, and I used to let it ride too. My homie be like, bruh, you know coach, bruh.
It's because your daddy up at the school all the time.
He don't fool with me like that.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know, man, you know how the politics. You know, my brother went here. He ain't like my brother. And I'm like, and I used to be letting them get it all. I didn't care.
But if you could put up 5 touchdowns, coach don't like
No, I'm saying. So coach, and they do it at every level.
Yeah.
Coach willing to lose his job to prove a point to you. Like, I'm going to just, so he want to keep you down more than he want to win. But I always noticed that it was the players who was fringe benchies. But here goes the thing. Now you don't have to look at, why would you look at your 40 time or your bench press ability if you've already made up in your
It has
mind,
nothing to do with that.
coach,
It has nothing to do with that.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I can't catch
Not
a
a-
pass. I
Bruh.
keep fumbling the ball.
No, I'm
It has
saying.
nothing to do with that.
nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
That's what I'm telling
Coach
you.
hating.
If you've already decided that,
Wow.
But it's grown people doing this, bruh.
1,000,000%. I'm just
Grown
using
adults.
an example of like
Grown
when I was
adults.
in school.
Yeah.
I'm like, so there's no reason to go get up extra shots.
Because coach ain't gonna let you play anyway.
What? Not because he's not gonna let me play anyway. That's not the reason. Because that's not the reason I'm not playing.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with the extra shots.
It's
So-
everything to do
Because
with
I would
politics.
put him up if I thought I had a chance to play.
Now, if I thought coach was fair,
Wow. If he was fair.
I'd be at practice
I get in the
grinding.
gym
Wow.
4:30.
No question.
But because it's because he doesn't like me, how can you go work on something if you've already decided?
Delusional.
So that's what I was telling this person who gave me all the excuses. They actually told us that certain people just didn't thrive in the workplace.
Yeah.
But we had other people.
Thriving in the workplace.
In the same workplace?
In the same workplace.
Now you're getting into
Yeah.
too much business.
Yeah. Same
And,
workplace.
and again, you
No,
know,
and I mean it with all my
I
heart.
love this person. They
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, and they love me. And
Yeah.
we joke like
I'm just
this,
saying,
but-
but to their point, it's real because that's what you decided to focus on. Like, it's real that the workplace, it's real that
politics.
politics, it's real.
I'm saying, and again, we were at Michigan State. He was by far, in a way, I mean with a bullet, the number one candidate to take this job. When I say, listen, he was like Gandhi at Michigan State. We got hundreds of students coming out. By that time, we had the data, we had the evidence, we had the program going.
Everything.
All the students in the entire, let's say it was 500 students in the whole program, they only came to E. And it was time for the promotion. And we just knew. We up.
Praise God. Get that.
No, I'm saying. No, I'm saying.
bruh.
And here
no
go the
question.
thing.
Yeah, by
And guess what it probably was? Politics.
sure it was.
Guess what we never sat around and said, though?
That it was politics.
We can't win because it's
Yeah,
too much politics. You know what we did?
The same
We
thing
said-
you did before.
Oh, it does feel like politics here.
Yeah.
So we out.
Yeah.
So we don't have to,
Yeah.
because when we leave and create our own thing,
We're not gonna have
and
to
now
do
it's
it.
people under us saying it's politics. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no question.
So this is why you got to get control of your own situation.
Yeah.
This is why you have to become a victor and not a victim. Because when you decide that you're a victim,
You're right.
everything else, you're right.
You're right.
You are all.
You're right.
Give him the trophy again. I'm about to get a trophy. I'm talking about engraved.
You're right.
Wow.
We'll put your jersey
You're
in the
right.
rafter.
You're right.
Number one, undefeated,
Heavyweight
scoring Hall of Fame, victim.
of the world.
And to go, I don't know if y'all covered this before, but to go a step further is
Don't forget about number two.
I got number two.
Even if it is legitimately
Yeah.
like they don't like you and they're racist.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
and they're that. Like even
Yeah,
if that's
we talked about that. No,
Okay.
we were like, no.
Leave.
All of those are right.
Yeah.
We'll get, here you go. Have those too. What else? Racist, sexist,
Everything. Yeah.
ageist. Cool. We were like, no, Carl. Here, you could, true.
Have
Now what? Like that, and that's what we were saying. Where do you go from
all the power is on the.
You
gave
know,
all your power
Jordan
to
with
them.
the 6 rings with the picture. He got all the rings on.
Yeah.
It. Like
Yeah.
that's you with your victim rings.
Yeah.
I got all of these. My mama, my
Yeah,
daddy,
you
the
Kobe
sister.
with the
Yeah.
hat and the
Oh,
jacket. Yeah.
Go ahead, number 2.
And you still there.
You still there.
Hmm.
And so number 2 is the same thing as number 1. What do you want at the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you want at the end of
Because
it?
we know what you're gonna get, but what do you?
Yeah. And so for me, I had to decide, which one do you want? Do you want the sympathy that comes from your father not being in your life? Do you want the sympathy of your mom being 17 when she got pregnant with you? Which one do you want? because those was my two.
But those are strong.
Those was my classics.
Big joke or little joke?
Bruh, everywhere
which one
I
was
went,
the big? Which one was the
my
little?
father not being in my life.
Big joke.
And only because my mom was in my life.
Mm.
So I ain't never really, like, it took me a long time to really start saying I got victimized from my mom.
That can't, little joker can't let
Yeah, it came late. Because it was like, I don't really want my mom to think I'm out here. So when I left home, I was like, okay, I ain't with her no more. So now I can make my mom the excuse. But my old dude was always big joke. Bye. How many books you got? I got one for sure. And that's my daddy one. Bye. And then I was playing that.
I got one.
Bro, I was playing.
And Impossible.
Bro,
If y'all want that one.
Here, okay, and I want y'all to listen to me. Because y'all heard this story, but we're going to contextualize it for you. I was saying my daddy wasn't in my life, killing it. People sympathize. I was beautiful. And then I would catch the bus to the homeless spot I was on Orange Line in Detroit,
With your
West
trophy.
Side. I was walking in the home.
With your trophy.
I was homeless with the trophy, putting that joke up at the end of the day. Bruh, on the bus with that.
You took your jacket off.
Everybody looking at me like, he won. He won.
Wow.
Bruh, right there, bruh.
Wow.
Kerosene heater,
Oh, yeah.
sardines.
Yeah, that's as
I'm
clear a
eating
picture
sardines
of I've
out of
ever
can.
seen.
I got sardines and crackers eating out of can. Somebody might have sympathized with me and got me the what do you call it? The electric stove. So I got one of those. Somebody might have got me a pot. I'm in there making my eggs to go with my salmon. I ain't taking no showers.
You was
I
in
ain't brushing
salmon
my
out there
teeth.
homeless?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's
no, I'm talking about
sympathy
that's in the can salmon, not what you talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking about
I
in the
thought
can.
you had a little. I
No,
said, dang.
you go either oil or water. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
They got
yeah.
spicy. They got you know what I'm saying?
Tuna.
Oh yeah. No. So I would go home and go,
I got
yo, bruh, you got the trophy, but look at look at what you really getting, bruh. Like, look at this. You know, bruh, like I always say, bruh, you in the city, bruh, they gonna join you, bruh. I was a walking billboard for capping jokes, right? And then when I stopped blaming people and I took ownership, I could see my bank account change. I could see my credit score change. I could see the respect. I ain't even want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I don't know when y'all listen to this. What's today's date?
It's coming out Thursday.
Hey, so April 9th, I'm getting an award for faculty at Michigan State University.
It ain't no victim trophy?
Bro, we left
getting the
2010. They still trying to,
Wow.
they still honoring us for what we did
What's
back
the-
in the day.
Wow.
I don't know the name of it. Dr. June was like,
Well, they want to be associated with winners. Everybody wants to be associated with winners.
Facts.
you feel
No,
me?
I'm just saying. So it's like, yeah, well, let's honor you. That's why I be laughing even at Oakwood. He got kicked out till he blew up. Then it's like, come on back.
Come on
Can you-
back.
I'm just saying,
We need a
you know
commencement
me,
speaker.
The reason why Michigan State, because the honor of Dr. June.
Of course.
He called. So I'm like, Dr. June, I ain't going, but if you want me to, I'm like, Doc, I'll be there. So I'm just saying to you, because we're not victims, even the places that once now,
Play politics. Now you can't play politics no more.
I'm just saying.
Now other people saying they playing politics by letting you come in and get an award, and
You-
they ain't
you
get
feel
one,
me?
and they never left, and you left, and you getting an award, and I've been here for 20 years, and I ain't getting no award. Politics.
But everywhere we
cycle
go,
keeps
Bro, the cycle continues.
But everywhere we go, you see the Michigan State boy, and you see how it's. So I'm saying, here go the second one. The second one. Okay, so here's the deal. The first one, the victim boy, it feels good temporarily. It stings in the long run. The second one, it stings temporarily, but you win in the long run. So the second one, when you hear you can't read, you can't write, you don't understand the 8 parts of speech. Bro, I was in college, and I didn't understand the 8 parts of speech. Bro, I was in college. I didn't understand topic, body, conclusion. Like, bro, the conclusion used to have me blew out. I'm saying, I got to write what I wrote. Like,
already
I
wrote
said
it.
that in the beginning.
No, I still don't get that.
Bro, I'm like, how do I summarize what I said in the beginning?
And if I can do that, can I just write the conclusion?
Not the whole thing.
You feel me?
I could just bypass. Like, we could just do that.
Feel me?
I'd rather just give
And
you
the
the
supportive boy, and the one that used to kill me was the succinctness. Like, okay, you want me to say one thing and don't say nothing different than that one thing I said. You just want me to keep saying
But
that
the
same
whole thing is about this one thing.
But the whole thing is about this one thing. I'm
This
like,
is
for
why
40 pages? I'm like, come on, somebody.
Ooh.
But
That's when you had that stroke.
Bruh.
I told you to rewrite that joint. Wait, he said what?
had a stroke.
Oh, hey, what did they call
What did I tell you? Temporarily it burned.
Hey, what they call the? I
They told
forgot
that
it.
man to rewrite that paper.
What's
He
the
fell out
format?
death.
NPA or whatever.
MLB.
Or all the
MLB,
format. I'm like, bro, what?
Major League Baseball.
I don't know
Feel
what the
me?
point of that was.
But on some crazy, whatever. So it hurts, man. That first one, it hurts because you got to take and absorb all of the responsibility, all of the fault. Even if some of it don't belong to you,
Yeah.
you got to absorb all.
Oh, yeah.
of it.
All.
You got to take all of
all.
it. You can't read, write.
But when you start, now that's the next level. When you start doing that,
That's what you have to do on the second part.
When you start taking full responsibility
Everything.
and just being like, give me that too, that's when you can go to a whole nother level.
That's when you become the best at what you do. And so for me, it was like, man, can I blame my father a little bit? And it's like, no, you got to say, had he been in my life, maybe the path might have been a little smoother, but you have to take responsibility for what you did in class. And you have to take responsibility of, yes, maybe you were wired to not necessarily naturally see things.
Oh, my
but
wife
you can
told somebody, okay, you crying about not having your daddy, but your daddy didn't want to be in your life. How you know it's not a good thing that this type of person didn't want to be? Maybe God kept you from that. Maybe that's the best thing that ever happened to you is that your dad wasn't in your life.
Yeah.
You don't know?
Yeah.
That's real.
And I was like,
but when you accept it.
But if you could take that,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
say, God bless me,
You absorb
man, it was
all
a chance
of
for
it.
me to be messed up
And
had
then-
my man been around.
And then that's when perspective change when you take full responsibility.
Yeah.
And when you take
And possibilities.
but I'm saying though,
You know what I mean?
the possibilities come from the perspective.
Correct.
There are
correct.
no possibilities when your
Nope.
perspective
Your
is off.
perspective is
Yeah.
right.
When if it's my daddy's fault, there are no possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once my perspective about the same thing,
Wow.
the same thing that's like, yo, no. No, I'm just being honest. And I see it in my kids. My daughter, to this day, I don't know how Jada did it. Jada would see a word at 3 or 4, and she could sound it out. Jada would see execution at 4 or 5 and go execution.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't train her no more than we trained Jalen. They went to the same schools. They had the same teachers.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, now when it came to math, Jada couldn't. It was foreign. She couldn't understand math to save her life. Jalen math, he could do numbers in his head. Jada couldn't. So I always knew that I had a natural challenge with phonetics. But when you take full responsibility, it was, you don't need to naturally be gifted at anything on this earth. It's repetition.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
There are people who come from other countries who didn't speak a lick of English, but when they got here, they needed English to survive.
Yeah.
So they learned the English language. Why? Repetition. I was just talking to a young lady. She was like, yeah, I learned from watching Judge Judy. And then I listened to country music. I'm saying you learn the language from watching Judge Judy and listening to country music. I was like, oh, that part makes sense. Both of them really, when I think about it, both of them make sense when you think about structurally who you listening to and whatever. But for me, it was like, oh, okay. It's other people who didn't know how to read, who learned how to read, who didn't even come from this country,
And didn't speak the language.
didn't speak the language, 18, 19, 20, past the years of, what do they call it, the formative years?
Oh.
They was way past the formative years, and they got it. So it was like, okay, you didn't get it naturally, which means everything you need to get is not given to you naturally. So you didn't get it naturally. Is there another way to get it? And if there is, somebody said this, man, it's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do. It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do.
Absolutely.
And so when I
Be capable of a lot.
You can more than you could ever imagine.
but are you willing to? And so once I start saying, yo, I want the money, or I want not even a degree, but I literally want one thing in my life that I can master, because I realize in America, if you want your freedom, I'm not even talking about making millions of dollars. If you want your economic freedom, it could be 200 grand, 210,000. If you master one thing in this country, you could blow up. And I said, yep, I'm about to master speaking. I'm about to master the art of telling stories and getting people to connect with those stories and change. And whatever it takes. So when people say you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, yo, this is the only way I'm gonna be. I'm not telling you to get up at 3, but I understand this is the only way. If I get up early in the morning and I grind this thing out, I will be able to eventually catch up. Because the way life is, bro, life is full of plateaus. I don't care if I see a dude right now who bodybuild, whatever. Bro, your muscles can only go so far. Bro, it's like after 10 years of working out, or 5 probably 3, unless you're taking some drugs, you can't make your body do nothing else. Somebody can start and catch up to you. And when I realized that you could have a Michael Jordan in the NBA or college, and what was my man's name? Come on, y'all. James Worthy. James Worthy said, when Michael Jordan came to North Carolina, I was a way better player than Michael Jordan. He said by his sophomore year, Michael Jordan was murdering me. Kenny Smith said Mike didn't have no handles. He said Mike came back after the next, he said, I was like, Mike ain't got no, I probably lock my man down. He can't. He said Mike came back the next year. Mike, he said I couldn't, bruh, Mike was on a whole nother level. And so I realized, like, okay, you gotta let the daddy card go. I'm like, put it away? Like, nah, you gotta let it go. The mama card, you gotta put it away. You gotta let it go. The grew up in Chicago, Detroit, yeah, you gotta put it away. You gotta put everything away, and you gotta bring Eric out, the real Eric Thomas. Will the real Eric Thomas please stand up? And you gotta take onshership for everything that happened in your life, because you are responsible for it. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I said this to Didi the other day. Didi and C, because I was just talking about Carl, people in my life who, like was been with me since back in the day, and are not necessarily, it's like people want to be like, you think you somebody, and it's like, let me tell you something. I'm the first to tell you I'm not perfect, but I am progressing. But here's what I tell everybody: the difference between you and I is that we both were victimized. I won. You're still trying to figure it out. I won. I won. And just say, hey, my victim, let him go wherever he want to go, do whatever he want to do. I'm not here to punish my victim. I'm here to enjoy my life. And there are those of you who are out there, you're trying to punish your victim. You're trying to make sure they get what they supposed to get. And they, pay for how they hurt you. And they pay for how they let you down. And they pay us like what you were saying. My man didn't even call us. He didn't give us an explanation. And many people are still stuck 10 years ago, 20 years ago, trying to get an explanation of what happened. And you stuck and trying to make sure your victim gets his punch. Let me free you. Let me free you. Let me free you. Here's what the scripture says. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord of hosts. What you should be focusing on is not your victim and staying down, because if you keep your victim down, you got to stay down with your victim. What you should be focusing on is living an abundant life. And there are people who I know who are, I don't even think people are envious or jealous of us. That's not what they are. They are hurt that they never figured it out. And you figured it out. And I won. Everything the devil tried to do, whatever was meant to happen with me having a 17-year-old mom and not having my dad in my life, whatever was meant to happen for me going to a school district that wasn't able to meet my particular needs, whatever happened with the anger that I had that made me home, bro, I figured it all out and got on the other side of it. I won. And I have to remind you, because some of y'all think what happened with South Carolina is a norm. It's an anomaly. Having an undefeated season is an anomaly. Like, that don't happen. But what does happen is people winning championships and still losing. The best season in the NBA is 72-10. They took 10. Jordan, they lost 10 games that year. And a lot of you are stuck.
Did Golden State break it?
But they didn't win the championship.
They didn't win the championship.
Yeah, but okay, cool.
Yep, they didn't win the
Regular
championship.
Season,
So they won the rec, but didn't win the big boy. I'm telling you how to win the big boy.
Yeah.
You're going to take some L's. But stop looking at the L's. Don't nobody win a championship and go, all right, before we enjoy the championship, you remember them 10 losses we took? Let's sit down and focus on those 10 losses.
Yeah.
They focusing on the 72 and that run they made in the championship game. And I'm telling you, stop trying to get revenge and stop trying to hurt the people that hurt you and get on with the rest of your life. And you win by doing what? Taking ownership, and you win by not acting like your past didn't exist. Nobody's trying to tell you to act like it didn't exist. We telling you don't give it the power it doesn't deserve. Let the L's go in the column that they go in. Let the wins go in the column that they go in. And you stack up them W's. Let the L's go, focus on the W's, stack up the W's, and, man, make the rest of your life the best of your life.
I'm here just imagining, forgive me, y'all, I'm just imagining E growing up with a 2-parent stable home.
Oh, yeah, thank God he didn't.
Like, bruh, straight up. Like, I'm
Thank God
just
he
think
didn't.
about it. Like, bro, you
We wouldn't even
remove
know it.
half your passion, like all your energy is gone.
Yeah, no question.
Yo.
So it's like, to your point, the perspective of just like, yo, you put E in a 2-parent home and the world does not exist as the way it is right now.
I want to give, we gave out the victim trophy. I want to give out the self-assess trophy. I don't know if you've seen Buddy from Alabama after the game. So his name's Sears, the little point guard.
Okay.
And look what I was on the porch watching it, and I said, yo, let me pull out. I meant to send it to you, and I forgot. I was just thinking about it. Listen to what my man said.
Send it to Allie LaForce. Aren't you glad you got these 15,000? Oh, no, you ready?
This is Will right there. Hold on, I got to get to the interview.
Aren't you glad you got those 15,000 free makes up after your freshman year?
Man, the hard work always pay off. Hard work undefeated, man. I wouldn't be here without the hard work, because look at me, I'm 6'1", man. I ain't got the potential like I did in high school and all these young guys in high school, but hard work is always undefeated.
My man said,
Hard work is
and Carl, we could
undefeated.
like just paste that clip in there, maybe. But my man said, hard work undefeated, bro. He said, bro, I'm gonna just be real with you. He was like, I'm 6'1", bro. I ain't got all the potential all them guys got, but hard work is undefeated. For him to say that on the way to the Final Four, we just talked about my man D3.
Yeah, D3.
Third string point guard. You talking about the league?
Practice squad.
I'm just saying, my man playing point guard for Alabama just took him to the Final Four. Last week they lost now, but took him to the Final Four and was like, yeah, I'm 6'1", bro. I ain't got all that. I ain't that 6'7" point guard coming down. Like, here's the crazy thing. When you self-assess, now you can play in reality. E, do you know how many shots my man probably didn't shoot? Because he knew this ain't my shot. Because when you fail to self-assess, you fail to self-assess in a lot of areas. So you come out thinking my man know what his game is. He was able to self-assess and go, that ain't my game, bro. I'm pass first. I'm this, I'm that. So anyway, that trophy goes to my man Sears from Alabama. And that's presented by Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping this podcast powered up throughout these years, man. A great partner of ours, man. Go to Organifi.com for just all the health product needs you got, man. You got the gummies, you got the
everything.
Bro, you got the green juice, the red juice, just anything that you could possibly need. My favorite is the green juice. I see it over there. I'm about to go get some. My favorite is the green juice. Y'all go check it out right now or at Organifi.com and receive 20% off your first order using the promo code SUCCESS. All right, use the promo code SUCCESS and try it out. Let us know what you think. Join the Organifi team. I see we got a couple Organifi.
Yeah, they sent a couple things.
You know what I'm saying?
Some little bottles and stuff. I got you.
Take that right there, the fat. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all, bros, man. That was a good.
Likewise.
That was a good one. You good?
I'm
Anything
blessed,
to say?
I ain't see your text till late. I was outside.
Oh yeah. Oh, were you?
I was literally standing out there.
Oh yeah. No, I
ain't see your text. I was like, oh shoot. I saw your text when I sat here. I was like, oh, my bad.
We'll see if we can get Dr. King back in the building next week. We out of here. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself. All right, make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback and how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy E.T. Welcome to another edition of Mass Impact, the educational podcast. Now, look, the reason why I started this, I truly believe that education is the way to close the gap, the wealth gap, the digital divide gap, the opportunity gap. Look, the American dream gap. Can I be honest? Everybody's not experiencing the American dream in the way it's supposed to be experienced. So the reason why we started the Mass Impact, the educational podcast, is to close that gap. Now look, mass is simple. It means motivate, actionable steps, which means what? We're going to give you strategies every week. So we're not just going to motivate you and inspire you, which is important, but we're going to give you actionable steps. And look, it's a support system, y'all. Thus Mass. It's your boy E.T. Now you know. Let's go. Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy E.T. Hey, you feel it. You see the excitement. Let me tell you why, though, before we get started. And we changed the name. Mass Impact. We'll talk about why, what it means. You know, we got, iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 6. You always got to take it to another level. So you thought we was going to not take it to the next level? It's the pandemic is over. I'm claiming it. But I'm so excited, y'all. Man, I can't believe I'm old enough to have a child with a master's degree. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe I'm old enough. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I am. You feel me? And I ain't even had no child when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I was 25. Time passes though. But shout out, man, to my baby girl. If you've heard me do this shout out already, just act like you haven't. Okay? But I think the thing I'm most grateful for is she did not get to March with her 4-year degree because it was during the pandemic. And she never complained. Never, woe is me. Why this happened to me? I worked hard my whole life. She went on none of that. She just put her head down, went for the master's. And by God's grace, we didn't know that COVID was going to pass and we were going to be able to get back in numbers. And the Breads was packed. But I'm grateful because, I dropped out, got my life right. I marched across the Breads. My son marched across the Breads. My daughter marched across the Breads. You know what I'm saying? And my sister came, and my sister was like, yo, you broke that cycle. You broke that cycle. And so super, super geeked up. And I got to give my mom credit. My mom, of course, had me so she couldn't go to college. But I graduated. My sister graduated. I went to Michigan State. My sister, Nico, graduated from high school, went to U of M. My baby sister went to Lakewood Forest in Illinois. And so my mom eventually went back. She was like, yo, I'm not going to be the only one in the house without a degree. So my mom graduated in her 50s. I think she's either 50, 51, something like that. So, super excited, man. Super proud moment. I stood the whole time. Everybody was like, why are you standing? I was like, because I'm about to take all of this in. I'm taking it all in.
Yes, sir.
So we got 3 masters in the house. 3 of us, and my daughter's like, she going for a PhD. She just want to work for a minute, then she going back, she said. So super excited. But anyway, mass, right? As in massive impact, right? I'm gonna let Katie break it down. She was the one I told her I needed. I don't need no credit, but I gotta give honor where honor is due. She came up with the acronym. But I want y'all to know that we're not just making massive impact in the streets. We're starting home. I did it for myself first. Mm-hmm. Everybody on the crew, everybody, CJ, Carl, everybody, degrees amongst us all. We all subscribe. Look, we say school isn't for everybody. but we don't know who it's not for. Okay, so we truly believe college is not for everybody. We just don't know who it's not for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
so,
right.
so we promoting it until we figure out who it's not for. All right. So, with that being said, Katie, take us away. Tell us the genesis of mass impact and then what it means.
Yeah, and we believe education is for everybody, right? That's the bottom line. That and all of us here, we can maybe even reintroduce ourselves, might be helpful, but all of us here can share why education has been so impactful to us and why we really believe that it's the part of the world impact that we love the most and want to be a part of for the future. So I'm actually first female in my college, or my family, to graduate from college too.
Wow.
My brother was first person in my family to graduate from college. And so he was the first male. And then I'm the only person in my family with a master's degree too. So those are like exciting things, and my family is so excited and proud of those things too. And when we talk about like education for everybody and how it looks differently, my family is full of tradesmen, so I talk about that often, and they found great success in that. So there's a whole education space that looks that way too. But education is for everybody, and it will change the world, and that's why we want to be a part of the massive impact that inspires not just the students, but the educators to stay in the spaces that are going to impact the students the most. And so you've heard us talk about this year more than ever, educators leaving the field, and we want you to be inspired to stay and to feel supported because you matter and you're going to make the biggest difference for our students. So, Mass Impact, the education podcast. This is where we want you to be every week. We want to support you and inspire you. And Mass, MASS. So the M is for motivation. You know where that's coming from out of this crew. We're all lucky to be able to be a part of it. So motivation, actionable tips. We want you to leave with something that you can use tomorrow. And not just teachers. We're here for administrators, mentors, anybody working in the education space with students. So actionable tips. And then SS, support system. You've heard him say it. We all need somebody to lean on. So we want you to feel like we are your support system as you are changing the world as educators. So
absolutely. And we're asking you to be intentional and deliberate about massively impacting your world. Now, you may not be a person who's trying to globally, internationally, nationally. You might just impact your classroom, right? You might just your net, whatever. But we want you to be intentional and deliberate. So I'll start off by saying, this is why knowledge and college is important to me, because there were years that I went by where I was in the library, I was reading books, I was learning, I was going to conferences, listening to, different types of audio learning opportunities. Back in the day, I remember listening to Zig Ziglar a lot. That was my guy. But I remember getting knowledge and seeing my world change. And listen to me, y'all. I told y'all this before. For me, school is about one thing. I just want to be in control of my life. I'm just being honest. I'm the type of person that when we talk about the pursuit, of happiness, when we talk about the American dream, like I really want to live it, and I want to live it on my terms. I'm not that guy. Oh, he's a rebel. I'm not. I just want to be free. And so I want to go to my daughter's events when she has them. I want to be able to travel with my family when it's appropriate. I want to be able to wake up when I want to, which happens to be at 3:00 in the morning if you're watching me on Instagram. So I'm not sleeping in. I just want to be able to do it when I want to do it on my terms. And so one of the things I realized is knowledge is important. But for me, it didn't make sense just to get knowledge and not necessarily get the credentials that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
So since I was already learning, I might as well get the 4-year degree. I was already learning. I was at a major university. So my situation is different. I wasn't working somewhere and then had to go to college. I drove to the university every day. I walked past the classrooms to get to my office. And they pay for you to get a degree at Michigan State if you work there. So it didn't make sense not to get a master's and a PhD. I was already in the environment. And so there were certain credentials that they rewarded you for at Michigan State. Master's was one. If you had a 4-year degree, you couldn't teach, right? You could work as a, what do you call it, staff, right? But not faculty. So I'm like, why would I be here and not be able to be faculty? So then as a master's degree recipient, I was able to teach certain courses, but I couldn't get grants or I couldn't make certain decisions. So I was like, yo, I'm here. You mean to tell me I don't got to come to work, but I could go to class? Like, come on, who wouldn't do that? So I went and got my PhD so that I could get both the experience and the rewards, right? So there are a lot of people who are getting the experience, but they're not getting the reward. I wanted both. And so I decided, since the opportunity availed itself, I was on campus, I was student, what do they call it? College reimbursement, that I was going to take advantage of every opportunity I could take. So for me, that's my journey. Is not, I want to hang my degrees on the wall. I want people to call me doctor. It has nothing to do with that. But if I'm going to speak and you're going to pay me an additional $40,000 or $50,000 because I have a PhD, and you paying for me to get it, and you let me take off work to go get it, it only makes sense to take advantage of every single opportunity that avail itself. So this is the ET academic story. Oh, and Didi wouldn't date me if I didn't go to college. So,
Reason enough.
I had a lot of incentives, and none of them were to become smarty pants or to become better than none of that. None of that. They were all personal goals, and I saw education as a way to make those personal goals become a reality.
And we want to get that message into the hands of more students through the large amount of educators that are hanging with us here.
Yeah, Vondell, holla at me. I'm saying Vondell because Marquay Ball I met through Vondell, and I didn't even know Vondell's academic history. He never told me. But Marquay was like, yo, we were college, whatever. I was like, y'all went to college together. He never told me y'all went to college together. Like, yeah, we went to college together. So I know you got a college story, Vondell. Holla at your boy.
Man, first one out the family to graduate from college. My father was the baby of the family. He was the youngest of 9, grew up in Otterby Wells housing projects on the south side of Chicago. Father graduated from Phillips, which is right down the street from Dunbar. Yeah. All my family, we either went to Dunbar or Phillips in the Bronzeville community. Yeah. But for me to be able to go to college through the power of mentorship, my mentor exposed me to a trip. I saw myself going to college. I went to Oral Roberts University, which is where I met Brother Marquay Ball. By the way, men's conference is coming up May 21st. Make sure you're in Atlanta.
Yes.
And he grew up in North Tulsa. So the Tulsa Black Wall Street, he was the first person in 1998 to tell me about Tulsa Black Wall Street.
Wow.
And the power of what I did was I went to college to become a teacher. So I was an elementary education major. And then I went back to get my master's degree in family therapy, and I merged the two together. And so mentorship now is what I do. And my goal is to help young men see themselves fulfilling their dreams and goals. And we do it through education, empowerment, and exposure, which are the 3 E's of the Champs mentoring program. So, I work my way from, just being a teacher to being an administrator and put 20 years in. So just super excited now that we opening up and unlocking pathways and pipelines for the young people that we get a chance to impact here in the great city of Chicago and beyond. So
inroads.
Amazing.
Sam, talk to me. Sam.
Woo, that's a lot to follow up with.
None of us played ball. None of us played basketball. So it ain't nothing.
There we go.
Ain't nothing to follow up. None of us was hoopers. So talk to us.
Man, I'm so excited about this, new name of the podcast, and just thinking about the work that each of you do and that I've witnessed also, like mass impact. I'm just so excited about the collaboration that will take place, the motivation, the action steps. So I'm Samantha Lurie. I'm from Lansing, Michigan. And I guess a little background about me, just thinking about what you just said, E, about how the trickle down impact, right, of you, the generational impact of you and what you accomplished. And so for me, my mother was a first generation college student. She got her master's degree. She was a social worker for most of my life, and then stepped into a CEO role in like the last 5 years. Wow. And so I just think about, she broke that glass ceiling, and what that, just reflecting on that over the years of like what that meant for me is like, I'm looking at her and what she's doing. And so my father is a teacher at Waverly High School in Lansing, Michigan. He's still teaching history there. Wow. And and so, having a father that was a teacher, I'm like, I don't want to be a teacher. I remember he used to have me grade the paper, like, yeah, Dad, I'll help grade papers. And then when I had to be a teacher and grade my own papers, I'm like, okay, now I understand why he asked me to help him. So I joined Teach for America and moved to St. Louis back in 2008 and was a special education teacher for 8 years. Moved into school leadership at the same school. I was able to collaborate with E a lot when I was at that school, and launched a nonprofit called Show Me the World Project. So I've co-founded that project, and it is our mission to provide transformational educational opportunities for students in under-resourced communities at home and abroad internationally. So definitely, I think one thing that I've realized over the years is just the collective impact that we can have, with each other and through the collaboration. And so that's why I'm just excited to be here with each of you to collaborate with our community across the nation and globally, because at the end of the day, I know I've seen the impact that education and knowledge has had on my students as a teacher, friends, family members, all of that. And I'm just excited to be here and learn and share along the way. So
love it.
Let's get it.
Love it.
Yes, definitely. We're lucky that you are here, Sam. We're so glad that you're part of the group too, and love hearing about Show Me the World and Champs and all of the things that are happening individually and collectively as we work together. So it's so exciting. So I didn't share about my, I love hearing the elementary teacher in the building over there with Vondale. And E, you were in the elementary classroom for a while too, right?
I was. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
And,
so
and E was my little sister's teacher.
That's
connection.
You feel me?
Wow.
And she was like, she was in elementary school when I taught her. Yeah.
That's so fun. So I got an elementary degree originally too, Vondale. So I spent a lot of time in kindergarten, first and second grade, and founded a literacy camp in that space because I love the little ones. Have 3 little ones of my own at home that keep me very busy. And then I went back to get my master's in reading. So I have a reading specialist certification and degree from Michigan State also. And then from there, I made the jump to high school. They asked me to come there to help with students that needed the reading support. And so it was a big jump. I went from second grade all the way to those 9th through 12th graders and found out that I loved high schoolers too so much. Especially my heart is for those students really that are struggling a little bit. So they're the ones that end up always being my favorite, and just want to be there to support them. And so spent time in both the elementary and high school space, a little bit of time in middle school, but I'm a high school and elementary person. Those middle school teachers. Sam, were you in middle school for a bit?
I know. I've been in high school the whole time.
Yeah, I was in middle school. It's tough. Yeah, middle school is
it's special
tough.
heart for sure. Yeah. So that's my background. And then I'm working. I'm so grateful to be working with E on feeling like this is where I'm called to be, to make a larger impact with more students and more teachers. So we're working on a project, Access EDU, where we're trying to increase literacy and leadership skills, specifically in low-income communities, and really making a big impact there with the Playbook program. And maybe some of you have seen recently, combining that with the youth exposure program, where we're able to take students on amazing life-changing trips like the Super Bowl this year. So really excited about the impact ahead that we are making in this space, but really also looking forward to highlighting teachers and having more teachers and administrators coming to join us to share about the really good work that they are doing as well. So that can inspire more educators that are watching.
And
go for it, Sam.
Just really quickly, it just makes me think about the education ecosystem, right? And I think that's what this podcast is all about, right? There are so many people that can and do play a role in the entire education ecosystem. And it wasn't until like I was in the classroom, but when you're in the classroom, it's like you have so much coming at you from the day to day. And I'm really excited about how this podcast will also help elevate and learn from the education ecosystem, because that collaboration is key. But sometimes we're so busy and zoomed in on the thing that's right in front of us that I think, being able to learn from different guests and whatnot, and being able to see these different connection points is going to have a mass impact as well.
Oh, no question whatsoever. Go back if you haven't to all of our other episodes. There's gems in it. I want to do this before we get out of here, and I'll start off as an example, but I want to talk about just quickly what we hope that education would do for the kids, that we work with specifically. And, for me, one is social justice. I think education has the potential to be one of, the major keys, to unlock certain generational curses, certain pitfalls, et cetera. And more specifically, for me, I think we can do it in three ways. I believe that reading comprehension, is critical. I think critical thinking and problem solving, is important. And I'm not interested in kids becoming critical thinkers only in the construct of the classroom, but taking that constructive criticism, taking that critical thinking, taking comprehension outside of the classroom and being able to use it to help them solve everyday problems, and I think with our transparent approach, we're able to do that. So if you guys don't mind, I'll throw it to Katie. Katie, for you, how do you hope to empower young people with the tool of education, and what do you hope that it will do for them specifically?
Yeah. My heart is for readers. I got my Read Your Heart Out shirt on today because I really, really believe it changes things for kids when they believe they are readers. A lot of students at all age levels, I think, just don't think that they like to read, and then therefore don't engage in reading. And then it impacts those critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, academic success. And so I love trying to get students to see themselves as readers and to find books that they're interested in reading. And I really, really believe there is so much space for that in the classroom. And educators, I feel you that your time is so limited and it's hard to fill, your time gets filled easily, right? So it's hard to add that choice things in. But I really believe in choice reading, and that if we can get kids reading books they want to read, they'll read all the other ones too. They'll see themselves as readers. Their academic levels skyrocket. Their life opportunities, like you're talking about, are widely opened up when they become readers and have academic success. So I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure that kids have access to really quality books, and books that are both doors and windows. So books that, mirrors and windows. So mirrors, books they can see themselves in, that are relevant to them, and that they see representation that matches who they are and who their families are. And then also books that are windows that provide them an opportunity to look into lives that are different from their own, and provide them with empathy and life skills that maybe aren't already happening for them. So you're going to hear me share some book ideas and reading ideas, because I really think that's going to make the long-term large impact in the education space.
I love that, Katie. And I have a reading certification, and I just remember I got that in about after year 8. And so I think I love the angle that you're bringing in, because it's not just for reading teachers, right? And I thought about oh man, if I had known all these strategies, during the first 7 years of my teaching career, I could have helped strengthen reading so much more in the science classroom,
For
right?
sure.
So,
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. E, can you repeat your question one more time?
Yeah. So just, And I know, with Show Me the World, I know one of the big things for you're using education to expose kids to worlds, that they've never seen, so they can come back to their world.
Yep.
Because it's like you don't live in Costa Rica, but you want them to come back here and take their world to another level. So the question was just, again, how do you hope education would impact, the young people that, you're working with and that we work with collaboratively?
Yeah. And I think what you, like you mentioned this earlier about freedom, right? Like the freedom, the choice, like that is what I hope for all of our students, to be able to have that freedom and choice and a path to economic stability and mobility. And to be able to think innovatively about, like, yeah, these are the structural systems that are in place, but like you can break those systems also. And so I think like I had a conversation earlier today that was blowing me away, because I think many people know, like for Show Me the World, we use coffee as a fundraising tool, right? To provide more equitable access to international travel. And it's been massive for us in terms of amount of students we're able to take. And so somebody was just explaining to me, like, do you know that there's a whole, like at UC Davis, there's a whole program for baristas and agricultural, like, and then you can enter into a job at $60,000 per year. And, you know, he was explaining, like, a lot of people think like baristas are, you know, people who serve coffee and make like that it's like a minimum wage job or whatnot. And even the access to that type of knowledge, I did not know that. I did not know that that program existed, you know, and it's like, how do we continue to build these pathways, right, for freedom, choice, economic mobility, and stability? And so I think that's one thing that's on my mind as well when I think about empowerment and that innovative thinking, freedom, and choice for all our students.
Love it. Love it. Vondell, wrap us up, man. I know you already doing it, but share with the world how you using education to help these kids, you know, in a real way.
Yeah, I think for me, E, is just kind of remembering the journey on how I got into the position that I got in. It was through a mentor. And he said, man, the same thing I did for you, do for somebody else. And it wasn't a book, but he did like stamp the DNA of mentorship on my heart by actions. Yeah. So we're not doing a whole bunch of talking. We got to show up. I got 300 young men in the CHAMPS program. Mm-hmm. We on the west side. We on the south side. We just started in Calumet City last week. Good. And everybody know Lil Durk. So it went viral last week. Lil Durk came by. Yeah, and surprised our young men. But I pulled him to the side and said, look, we ain't on no street stuff. We on HBCU tour, college readiness, using your platform for access. Yes. So now we want to create multiple trips of exposure. And so we had to create a scholarship committee, emergency meeting last night. And so for me, education, when I look at the words impact, we're talking about getting results and using platforms to gain better access for our communities. Economic empowerment, social justice, but then at the end goal is independence and freedom. So we don't have to rely on anybody. We can create our wealth. We can create generational blessings just through, like he talked about, the information changes the situations. Yeah, that's what we own right now. We getting the information, we applying the information, we getting the results, and now people want to replicate the program. So, yeah.
Yes. And the impact that those kids are then going to make on the world is just crazy to think about. So
it's crazy.
Inspiration right there.
So, hey, and I'm that age where I see kids graduating and I see what they're doing. And it's wonderful. So, all right, that was our first massive impact, episode 1. We hope you guys will be inspired, ignited to do something powerful in your own space, encouraged to know that no matter what's going on in this world, we can make this world a better place. You know, we can make this world a better place. So, as always, still throwing it over to Coach B. Coach B, take us away.
Welcome back, everybody, to the absolute, bar none, coolest principal's office you have ever been to. Welcome back to B's Office Hours. I know you thought that the office was closed for a little bit. You thought we took a break. Not at all. We had a little summertime off, and now it's back to the office. So look, it is the rebrand edition of B's Office Hours today because, of course, we are introducing or reintroducing Mass Impact, the Education Podcast. I'm super excited for this new chapter of the podcast, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. And I'm so happy that you all are along for this ride with us. So a couple of quick things that we had to take care of today. First and foremost, we had to reintroduce our presenters, our hosts, Katie, Samantha, Vondell, and of course, the one and only E.T., the hip hop preacher. Second of all, we had to talk a little bit about what is this podcast really about? What is the mission for this thing? A few things that we want to touch on there. Number one, education is for everyone. It doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter your socioeconomic status, nothing else matters. Education is for you, and as an educator, education is for all of your students, every last one of them, because we genuinely believe education makes the world a better place, and you play a critical role in making that happen. Number two, we want to be a part of the massive impact, not just a little impact, the massive impact that not only supports the students, but the educators that impact as well. So there's two sides of this equation. When we talk about mass impact, we're talking about making a mass impact on our students, but we're also talking about making a mass impact on you as an educator, because watch what happens when we can impact you, or when you impact another educator, or when anybody impacts an educator. That impact always trickles down to the students, positive or negative impact. And so what we want to do is be that source for you that can pour into you and give you that inspiration, give you that tactical knowledge, these strategies that you can go back and apply in your classroom to make an impact, not just on you, but on your students as well. Last but not least, mass impact. A little bit of a double entendre there. So what does that actually stand for? A few things. M, motivation. We've got to keep you motivated. If your gas tank is empty, you cannot possibly be able to pour into your students. So we have to make sure that we keep you operating at 120% so that we can make sure that that impact goes on and transfers to your students. Number two, A, is actionable tips. We don't want to just motivate you. Motivation is important. Don't get us wrong. It's super important. However, it's not enough by itself. We want to give you actionable tips, tactical tools, strategies that you can go back to your classroom and use and see results just like that. Of course, S and S, that is going to be our support system. We're a support system. This is a family. This podcast is not just us talking to you. It's us talking to you, you talking to us, all of us operating together in this ecosystem, supporting one another and helping each other do what we need to do to create a truly massive impact. We want educators, mentors, youth leaders, everybody to be intentional and deliberate about massively impacting not just the world, but your world and the students' world. That's what we're here for. So look, before we leave for today, I got a quick little story for you. I was at this men's conference, 360 Men's Conference hosted by Dr. Eric Thomas. Some of you may have heard of it. I was at this conference and a guy named Willie Moe Jr. was speaking. And what he told me was that a lot of times people, just imagine, just close your eyes and imagine that you have the letter M in your hand, just the letter M, right, in your hand. And he said that what happens is when people do that, they automatically assume that there's something more to it. It can't just be the letter M, there's something else attached to it. And what people do is they just assume, it's got to say mess. Starts with an M. I feel uncomfortable even doing this visualization exercise. It probably says mess, right? What he said, though, was that if you only get a glimpse of something and you assume that it's a mess, you're going to manifest your mess. What does that mean? It means that if you assume the worst, you're going to get the worst. But what would happen if you take that same M and say, you know what? I bet that spells miracle. I bet the rest of that is a miracle. You might just manifest a miracle instead. What am I trying to tell you? In your classroom, I know it can look like a mess sometimes. I know it gets messy. I know it gets hectic. I know it gets crazy. There's a million things going on. Students, faculty, you're juggling everything. I get it. But there's an opportunity there for you to be the miracle in those students' lives, because that's really what making a mass impact is all about. So until next time, thank you so much for watching Bees Office Hours, and we'll see you next time on Mass Impact, the Education Podcast.
Go play it. Just play it. No. It's not about. See, that's. Let me tell. Okay.
Can we play it first?
No. Let
so
me
the
tell.
audience can hear it.
Let me tell y'all why. This is why y'all.
Of course you can.
No. Let me tell y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all why y'all wrong. because when y'all, this is where Maul goes wrong often.
Right.
Okay. And not just
Maul.
here, but in life.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
This is
I
whole
want to hear
life.
this.
His
Because
whole life.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, his
I thought I
whole
was
life.
doing everything right.
Well,
Camille's wrong again.
Don't y'all
Camille
love
did.
how CJ likes to tell people how they go wrong in
I
life?
haven't even said, okay.
I get, but whatever you're gonna say is wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong
Right,
before you even say you're wrong.
So this is why Maul is always
Can
wrong.
you play the song, sir?
This Christmas?
Yes.
It's a great song.
This
Can you
Christmas
play
is-
it?
is-
But
they
the
don't
only
know
problem
it.
with this Christmas is there's drums in there that are offbeat.
Huh? Oh my God! Because CJ said, "Now one of the greatest songs in history."
I just so happen to have rhythm. You don't.
Dude, you have no rhythm at all.
Jamie.
Oh, only
Jamie is
you
a
only
musician.
got 50% rhythm.
Hey, look, hold on.
That's gonna go over your head one day.
Oh no, it ain't went over my head.
Come on, bro. You was born with 2 left feet. That's all beat. You didn't hear that. Put the cap on your head.
No, listen.
Take
Listen
the
one more
hat.
time.
Do it one more time.
Listen one more time.
He didn't hear it.
Listen one
Jamie
more
didn't hear
time.
it.
Hold on, Carl. Now, Carl, you a musician.
That was a nice.
You-
bro.
Carl
No,
played
it's
that.
fire.
Yeah.
It was. Hey, here we go now. The greatest song in history. CJ is telling them that they
listen.
saying that's classic CJ.
I'm gonna fix it.
Okay,
Don't-
go. Go.
As you listen, keep counting the beat. So
No.
1,
I know
2,
which beat you're talking about. I'm talking about the
4.
drums that come in the
talking to
background.
somebody
Listen
that
to
don't
him,
have
Carl.
rhythm,
Listen.
dog.
Listen.
We not.
I ain't hear nothing.
No, I'm talking whatever that. Boom. Boom. It's not on.
Oh my.
Okay. Man, we getting somewhere.
They haven't heard it yet. They haven't heard it
That's
yet.
what I'm talking
He
about.
about to force y'all to hear it, Maul.
Okay.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
is. I don't know what it is. It's off beat. Hold on, wait. Carl,
Okay,
wait on
here
it.
we go.
I'm listening.
So
The bass. Yes, I'm sorry.
We are musicians.
paused with
I'm
it.
not a
He
musician.
was on
Last
beat.
time.
He wasn't in the right pattern.
Oh, thank
He wasn't in the
you.
right pattern with the other
musicians.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
all.
that.
But he was on
That's
beat.
off.
he was
Carl.
on beat.
That's
though.
off.
He was
Hey,
on
That's
beat.
off. No,
But if
he
we-
just said he
watch
wasn't in the
this.
right
He said he
pattern.
was on
It was
beat.
a different pattern.
But
It's a pattern,
I'm
dog.
saying if we gotta go this deep to determine
my
if the
God,
song is
bro.
wrong, then I
Classic
think we've got a
CJ.
legitimate competition here.
Okay, so my point exactly.
It's
so
a
that it
poll. Let's go.
So, but you hear something off.
Bruh.
I hear something different.
That ain't-
Different. That's not off.
Yeah.
That's not off.
Listen. Go ahead, take a listen.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Come
on, bro.
What was the first song you played though?
Mariah Carey.
Mariah
Okay,
Carey.
yeah,
That's the
okay.
best Christmas song
You
ever.
said last year you said Mariah Carey.
No, listen.
The year before, he got funky with it, dog.
No, it
he
wasn't
got
funky.
funky with it.
It wasn't funky.
It got
off
fit.
beat.
It still fits.
It still
It still
fits.
fits. He got
It
funky.
don't.
My man
It don't-
was
it don't
actually. It was
different.
genius.
It's
It was
different to what
actually
the others are
genius.
playing, but it still
My man
fits.
was like, he was going with a regular boom, boom.
Yeah.
Then he's like, boom.
Boom.
It's like
Boom.
it's like
Boom.
going from
He
regular
kind of
to
like,
swing.
yeah.
But you still in beat. It's
It
like going from regular
didn't
to swing.
fit. It didn't fit.
Hey,
It wasn't sweet like
hey,
that.
Let me ask this: how did you hear it? Or who pointed it out to you?
Bro, I was listening on the radio a couple times and I'm just like, that just don't sound right to me. I was like, it don't sound right. I'm saying, I don't care if it's all beat on, it just don't fit in there. Like don't get me wrong, it's one of the best Christmas songs ever. But when I'm vibing and that come in, doom.
No,
It's
he
like,
didn't do it that way.
That's not even where it's supposed to be.
It was 3.
Don't do that. No, it's not like that. Don't do that. That's because it's rhythm. It's rhythm.
I'm good.
It was headphones on.
It wasn't like that, dog.
How did it go, Jamie?
Yeah.
It went from regular to like a swing beat.
But no, to tell me,
It was
do the
still in
beat.
the
So it's a
pocket.
delay.
It was still in the pocket.
Yeah.
You do the beat,
He
Carl.
was like,
He did like
You
one,
can't
and
even
then it was
do
a delay,
it.
and then
You can't
boom,
even do it.
boom.
That's how
He
terrible it is. You can't even. Any other
just
time you could just
did
be
it.
like,
I was
boom,
doing
boom,
it
boom.
while he was talking.
It's the favorite song.
Okay, go for it. Do it again.
Mariah
So
Carey.
it was like a doom,
which is a nice
doom,
song.
doom. So it's like an offbeat, but it's still in rhythm.
And drummers do that.
all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
Offbeat.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. It's not on beat.
Not
man.
this. Wrong
Oh,
one.
he got the Chris Brown. He didn't want us to hear this one.
Ah,
He didn't want us
Chris
to hear
Brown
this
fixed
one.
it.
Yeah.
He didn't want us to hear this one. He got this one off
He said
quick.
Chris Brown fixed it. He said Chris
I'm gonna
Brown
go with
fixed
this
it.
one anyway, because
Yeah.
Jamie said play this one.
Yeah.
It's the best Christmas song ever. And again, back to my original point.
It's your best Christmas song.
No,
It's
no, no.
yours.
It's universal.
No.
Yeah.
It's yours.
See, that's where you go wrong.
How
See,
do I go wrong? You
Maul
said it's
tries
the
to
best.
use his own personal taste.
That's what
I
you're
just go off.
doing.
I like this Christmas better than this.
That's
but
what
I'm
you're
telling
doing.
you, this is the best based on performance.
Says to you. It's
No,
not. Yes.
the numbers.
Come on,
The
bro.
numbers.
But I'm saying, but most people don't know
This
this song,
Christmas is
dog.
R&B.
All right, right.
Yeah.
Mariah is pop.
It's pop, dog.
Which is
So
bigger.
global.
But that's
Yeah.
still.
So that's
dog.
we can argue
But you're
that.
still,
No, we
but
can
you're
argue
still,
that.
dog. You're still giving your preference.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I just said
because
I like
I'm
this
sure
Christmas better.
Adele probably got one bigger than this.
No, she
Somebody
doesn't.
else
No,
has
she doesn't.
one.
No, this is it.
All right, bro. Well,
This is it.
bro. Well, just because.
This is it.
I bet
So
you
yours might
jingle bells.
Hey,
Jingle bells probably got way more, but that doesn't make it the best, dog. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, he got a lot.
Oh,
Oh,
bro.
he got a lot.
What's
Hey.
my
Got a
man,
lot.
Nat Cole? He
Oh, yeah.
got one that's probably chestnuts roasting on the
No,
open fire.
fire.
Come on, dog.
this is
got
number
one.
one.
Elvis
Elvis
definitely
got one, dog. So,
This
but
is
you
it.
giving your person.
It's pop.
This
It's
is
the
it.
genre. I'll say
You
it because
giving
it's pop.
in pop, yes.
No.
but
In-
not R&B.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
Rough and black.
What?
Roughing.
You see, do you see
That's
what
what
I'm saying?
R&B stand. That's what R&B stand for.
All
Rough and black.
those like how he like his like chocolate cake. He gonna go to
here we go,
Harrods.
dog.
Oh,
You
so
see what
I
I'm
forgot
saying?
to say that.
Oh,
First
we
of all,
was
Merry
talking about
Christmas.
that.
I forgot to say it. I didn't realize that red velvet cake is chocolate cake. I didn't realize that. It's a cocoa. So when you taste it, I didn't realize it, but I got one. I had Flawless make me one, and I had it for a few days. As I was eating,
but
I was like,
it's red.
but it's not though.
But it's red.
It is, but it's
How
not
can that be chocolate
strawberry.
cake?
Yep, that's
Yellow
I was like,
cake
yo,
is
this
yellow.
cocoa.
I see how this episode
It's
is
Yellow
going.
cake is yellow cake, so how red
just
cake
got
is
been
not?
arguing.
It is cocoa. It's
Really?
not red. It's not strawberry. It doesn't have a red taste.
Is it the red dye?
But they
the
call it's a
color?
red dye. They call it red velvet cake. But when you taste it,
interesting.
it's a cocoa, not a deep chocolate, but more of like a cocoa chocolate. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I thought I used to be like
It's
red
red.
velvet,
Hey, breaking news.
but it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not red. Like
Red
it
don't
doesn't
have no
taste
flavor.
Like,
I
say it
mean, the
again?
red wouldn't be a
well, you
flavor
would think
anyway.
it would be closer to strawberry or something.
Oh, no.
But it's cocoa.
Cherry, strawberry,
And
something
not,
like
I'm
that.
just saying, I'm not in a debate. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I
you
got
in
a
it.
red cake.
No, you in it.
Yeah, I got a
What
red
you
cake.
saying, Doc?
And was like, you know what I'm saying?
What you
like,
saying?
It didn't taste red.
He
It
ain't
was
on one side
it
or
was
the
a-
other.
I'm
Now I
on
know
my
what I'm about to
side.
get
I
CJ.
like red velvet cake, and I don't eat a lot of them because they don't have that bottom to them. It doesn't have that rich taste. Hers does. But as I started eating, I was like, I never thought about what red velvet was. I never really thought about it, but I had one at the crib for a week and was like, yo, I'm tasting, like I'm figuring out, especially we came back from Dubai, like everything we was on, what's this, what's that? And I was tasting like, what is this? And I was like, this is cocoa, but it's not brown. But it's red. So next time you eat that, figure it out what that is. So to your
try it
point,
tonight.
yeah, try it tonight. Yeah.
That's yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I love red velvet, by
I
the
love
way.
it, bro.
If you get a good red
good one.
Yeah,
man.
and
Shout
many
out to
people
Cammy
can't
Cakes.
make it.
Oh,
A lot
Cammy
of
Cakes,
people.
red velvet.
Who's that?
Cammy Cakes.
Oh, that's
in
your
Atlanta.
okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I go to Flawless. That's
Crazy.
Poncho's wife from Breakfast and
she
Barney.
fire too. And
Yeah.
ain't she not ain't she sweet? What's the name of your girl?
Brown sugar bacon.
Brown sugar bacon.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
She knows you.
She does?
Yeah, she
Oh,
knows
I'm
all
about
of
to
y'all.
come meet you there.
Yeah,
But meet her.
and she was like, if he ever come,
I'm
tell
coming.
him.
I'm coming.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, she
I'm
a close to
coming
bakery,
home.
bro.
I'm coming home.
Tell the
Tell
world.
the world. Yeah, I'm coming home, baby girl. Let her know. Yeah, good.